There it goes. Let's see if I can bring it back over here. Good morning. This is Mona, and this is my morning view. It's a little past noon, so it's morning Central Time. Definitely morning in California. So I'm from California originally, so therefore I'm going with that. So it's still morning. Okay, today, Fall Edition 2025. It is Tips Tuesday. Tips Tuesday. So those of you who may have been following me, especially in this past week, you found out that on Thursday, I broke my leg. Yeah, broke my leg, hence why the crutch is sitting over there. I have another one right here, right there. And I wasn't going to say nothing until I heard from the medical people. So I kind of knew it was broken, but I wasn't going to say nothing. The nurse said it was broken, didn't say it was broken, but she knew it was broken just by the way it was swelling and changing color and etc., etc. So I was saying nothing, she was saying nothing until we got the reports. So the report was originally that I had broken my fibula. And then mandatorily by workman's comp, I had to go back in 3 days. So I went back in 3 days, and then they said I had broken it in 2 places. And I was like, oh, that's not nice. So it got me a little, like, oh crud, more chance of maybe having to have surgery. So it started to go into my head just a little. Because why? Because I listened to the report. And then yesterday I went to the orthopedic doctor. And he looked at it and he goes, I don't know what they're saying. You have I want to say it's an infusion fracture, something like that. So there was a break. But it was more dealing with the tendon pulling it away where it broke. And so it's not that surgery is not in the works. It's still plausible for surgery, but to deal with a ligament, not with a bone. So it's a chance that I won't need surgery at all. Awesome possum. I didn't need surgery, and I didn't even need a cast. That's awesome. So it got even better. So now I'm in a boot. And this is where it gets really good. I get to walk on it. I get to walk on my boot. So, all that pain that I was feeling for the last 3 days, walking on one foot, all the pain in the hip, all the pain in the knee, the whole right leg was like, not happy. Not happy at all. So yeah, that's how that was feeling, having to walk on the one foot. But then once I was told I could walk on it and I could put weight on it, yeah, it's very tender. Yeah, I'm not putting my full weight on it yet. I'm still walking with the crutches as more of a balance thing because the boot is a little bit higher than my shoe, and it's definitely higher than when I'm not wearing a shoe at all. But and I'm still not putting all my weight on it yet. It's like this slow process of putting weight as I feel comfortable putting it on there. So I'm almost ready to ditch the crutches, at least within the house. And so which brings me to the Tips Tuesday thought, right? Is even when, for one, don't report negative reports before you even hear a report. So, like, I was not going to speak that it was broken until after the doctors, well, the medical facility, the urgent care said that it was broken. So once the urgent care said it was broken, it's like, okay, now I can let people know, because they're all asking, they're all wanting to know, especially my work, and then into my life group, my church group. So with that, they're all like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Everybody wants to know what's going on. And I really didn't want to talk to anybody until I saw the orthopedic doctor. And so, but, you know, every day, texts and texts and texts, people saying, how are you? What's going on? What'd they say? So I spoke what the report that was given to me. All the while hoping for the best, right? And so when I came out of there yesterday, I was grateful, that when I fell, I broke my ankle, okay? My fibula down by the ligament. And I did not break my hip, and I did not break my head. So I am grateful and thankful for that. And I'll probably repeat myself tomorrow for Wonderful Wednesday about how grateful I am for that. And then I am grateful that I didn't need surgery. And even though they said it's not completely off the table, I have hopes that it's going to be off the table. And he has confidence that it probably won't get that far. So worst case scenario, surgery, you know, hardware, surgery without hardware, cast with no weight bearing, cast with weight bearing. You know, I'm going down the progression of worst case to lesser. And what did I have? I got a boot. So there we go. We'll show you the boot. There's the boot. So we can boot the devil right in the butt, because he ain't going to win on this one, because all things work together for my good. And God did not cause this. He did not cause this. But he will bring glory through it. He will redeem whatever I lost in this. It's going to be redeemed. All right. That's all I got to say today. Remember the good report. Don't speak about the bad report. I know it's hard, especially when people are constantly asking you what happened, what's the prognosis, what's the diagnosis. If you have to give them the diagnosis, you tell them the diagnosis, and then you give them the prognosis of the good news. That would be way better than what the prognosis of the negative thinking will get you. So, positive thinking is for your own mind. It's for your own ability to process things and win over them. Because if you stick to the negativity all the time, it's like when you see, you're planning on buying a yellow car. And then all of a sudden, you keep seeing yellow cars everywhere. They're everywhere. All because you were thinking about buying a yellow car. Because now your focus is on a yellow car. So now you're seeing, it's not that there's more yellow cars on the road. Just now you're more aware of them. And so when you're thinking positively, you're thinking of those things that are good, that are true, that are lovely, that are just, that are noble, that are of a good report. Those are the things you're thinking on. He tells you, think on these things. Instead of going right down that road. This is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. No, there could have been a whole lot worse things that could have happened on Thursday, and it didn't. And there was a whole lot of worse things that could have happened concerning my foot, concerning what the diagnosis and how it was going to be treated and all of that. Yeah, do I have some work? Sure, I have some work, but it's little and minuscule in comparison to what could have been, and I was rejecting and not going to receive that. And it wasn't receiving by, I did mention it, because people wanted to know, but I was not in agreement with it. All right? Don't be in agreement with the negative. It could happen whether you're in agreement with it or not, but when you're in agreement with it, it's a sealed deal. It's a contract. And I'm not putting my contract out on something like that. All right, that's my tip for you today. Blessings, everybody. Thank you, Anthony, for watching. And I will see you tomorrow for a wonderful Wednesday. Blessings, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.